California has banned restaurants from giving out toys and meals they deem to be too unhealthy, while San Francisco is extending its Happy Meal ban to all McDonald's breakfast foods. It has also banned soft drinks and flavored water from all vending machines on public property. New York put a ban on aluminum bats. Nativity scenes and the Ten Commandments have been banned from many public places in the US, and children in public schools have even been forbidden to sing religious hymns at Christmas events. While some of this may seem trivial, the Nanny State can be a very serious thing, like in the recent housing crash. The government passed legislation that forced banks to give loans to people who couldn't afford to pay them back, on properties declining in value, all in the name of not discriminating. But how does the government get to that level of control? Well, nothing gets people more accustomed to the nanny state than the state being their actual nanny. If the state controls the schools, it increases students' expectation of how much control the state should have. The school is where the nanny state begins. Some schools in the US forbid prayer, the word God, pictures of guns, and wearing American patriotic clothing. And some consider crucifixes and other Christian symbols to be gang signs. But don't we have to have government-run schools? If not, how would the poor get an education? Years ago, the mayor of Moscow, Popov, was asked a question about something state-run, but even more important than schools: food. At the time, people had to wait in line for hours just to get a loaf of bread from the government-run bakeries. Popov was asked when he planned on privatizing them. He was shocked and said, "We can't privatize the bakeries. People need to eat." And in China, when Mao took over the farming system, it caused one of the most severe famines in history. But here in the US, we have private farming and private bakeries, and the poor aren't starving. The same applies to schools. Privatizing them won't end education, it would just get them out of the government's control. But can these nanny policies sometimes be a good thing? Sure, smoking is bad for you, and so is a fast food breakfast, but do you really want government micromanaging your life to that extent? Simply being in the government doesn't make someone a wiser or better person. Every government is made out of people who act out of self-interest or simply make mistakes. When we give up our decision-making freedom on trivial matters, it's only a matter of time before we lose our freedom on important matters.